Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Success Life Live. My name is Eric Greid. I am a coach, and we gather here, and by we, I mean you and I, and success-minded people gather here each and every morning at 8 a.m. Eastern. For why? Well, because I know that when I get this thing going in the right direction first thing in the morning, the rest of my day tends to go in the right direction. So that's who we are. That's why we're here. And what do? Well, first we start out by saying good morning to each other. Hello and how are you? And then two, we get out our notebooks, our journals, our pen and papers, whatever it takes so that we can start building a resource library. That's what this program really is about. It's allowing you to have a resource, to have tools, to have things at your disposal. So when the world starts to crash in and become chaotic and discombobulated, you have the tools and resources in your toolbox, so to speak, to build a life of success. So good morning, Miss Melanie. Good morning, Matthew. Good morning to me. I saw somebody else sneak in, but it scrolled by. Bon dia, Greg. It's afternoon there in Italy, so he's probably on his afternoon wine with a little bit of prosciutto and cheese and his low-carb, high-fat diet. Anyhow, I wish you guys all a fantastic Monday morning. Want to talk about value and worth. I don't know if you're like me, but I spent a lot of my life trying to figure out what my value was and what my worth was. I sort of struggled with the idea of, do I have any value? Do I have any worth? And it was interesting when I wrote this morning that, Webster defines worth as the value of something measured by its qualities or by its esteem. And then I started to realize, I got why I'm stuck. I understand why I'm messing this thing up. I'm making value and worth the same thing. And they're not. Value is what other people determine. Value is what somebody is willing to pay in the marketplace for, so to speak. As somebody who works with realtors, we often have to say, well, I'm sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but the fact that your daughter got married in the backyard doesn't change the value of your home to the consumer. Because they don't place value in that history. They don't place value in that memory. It doesn't mean anything of significance to them. Worth is who you are. Worth is the quality that exists within you. Worth is the piece that was divinely given to you before you were given to the world. Your worth is not determined by outside forces. Your worth is determined by you. Nobody will be able to tell me what I'm worth. Now, some people will tell me what my value is. I'm sorry, you don't have the skill set, the talent, the resources, the history, the experience that we need to pay you what you think you should earn in the workplace. Or, you're not that. But here's what's interesting. When I started understanding that other people's value was based on what they needed, not who I was, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I'm running around trying to set my worth based on other people's values. And other people's values are always changing. What they need is always changing. And so I'm constantly trying to change to please them and earn value in the marketplace and losing my worth. Because there's always going to be somebody that needs something different from me because of what they're lacking. What they want to add into their life, what they want to create into their day, so to speak. And it was like, as I was growing up, I was like, oh man, I have no value because my friends don't want me to play baseball because I'm a lousy baseball player. I have no value because they didn't hire me. I have no value because they didn't call me. I have no value because this relationship fell apart. I have no value because, and started turning that into side and saying, I have no value, I have no value, I have no value. And I was like, wait a minute. That's all because they don't need me. But yeah, what is my worth? What is my inherent worth? What are the qualities and characteristics internal to me? And it was the value of something measured by its qualities. I thought, wait a minute. The qualities of who I am don't change based on whether somebody needs them or not. The qualities of who I am don't change based on the market. They're given to me, and they're designed by me, and they're grown by me. So my worth is based on who I am and what my character is and what my convictions are and what my faith is and who I am internally and what I'm growing, not my value. You know what? I don't care if I don't have value in the marketplace. I don't care if I don't have value in your eyes, because here's what I've seen happen over and over again. I chase after somebody. I'm like, oh, I want to be valuable to them. I want to be valuable to this person. I want to be valuable to that person. I want to have value to this person. And as soon as I get like almost in touching distance, they like change the script. They like, oh, well, I thought I needed this from a partner, a spouse, an employee, a business partner, whatever. Oh, I thought, but now I need this. I need that from this. And it's like, what? I spent all my life trying to be the perfect son that you would value, and now you've changed what is valuable. I spent all my life trying to be a perfect employee, and now you've changed. You know what? I'm not going to be spending my life chasing other people's value statements of who I am. Because like in real estate, it's so funny that the value in the market goes up and down. I'm not going to go up and down. I'm going to know that I am worth something regardless of what people say, regardless of what people see, regardless of what people value. My worth was determined before there was a person placed on this planet. My worth is the same whether I'm alone or in a crowded room. My worth is the same whether I'm on the front of the stage or the very back of the bus. My worth is who I am. It is what I've been gifted and divinely given. It is my internal talents and characteristics. It is my energy. It is my soul. It is my spirit. It is whatever you want to call it. It is not determined by you or somebody else, or an award or not an award, or a position or not a position, or a paycheck or not a paycheck. And when we stop seeking out our value through other people and their needs and their wants, because insider tip, just little insider tip, 99.9% of the people out there are broken. We're all in this big fuddly-muddly mess trying to figure it out. And we look towards other people and we place value on other people based on our brokenness, not based on their worth. We generally place value on other people based on what we need, not who they are. And so if you're running around trying to create a value for yourself based on broken people's needs and wants, you can see how that's just bad math. It's just like bad math all over. So instead, just define yourself based on what your worth is. And your worth is who you are in the darkest of dark, in the quietest of quietest. When you're alone with yourself, your character, your nature, your values, the things that you control is your worth. Don't let other people define your worth. Don't let other people define your value, and don't attach your value to other people and other people's thoughts and thinking. It's a wasted life. When I think of the time and the energy and the frustration and the disappointment and the pain of letting other people's values dictate what I thought I was worth. Man, if I could go back to some of those moments and see it for what it was. But I can't, and that's part of life. And that's part of the wisdom of growing old and gaining gray hairs and, having creaky bones. My value is not based on what other people say. My worth is not based on what other people say or want or need or see. My worth is abundant, is perfect, is priceless. Can't be measured by other people. And if I lean into that, if I believe into that, if I know that, if I center myself on that, then when I hear people say, you're not so good, I'm like, that's your perspective. You're not so smart. That's your perspective. You're not so fit. That's your broken perspective. I know my worth. I know where my worth comes from, and I know what my worth is, and truthfully, nothing here can alter that. All right? So as we start Monday morning out with a little bit of a hangover from our lack of daylight savings time, sleep adjustments, try explaining daylight savings time to a 9-year-old. Like, as I explained, he kept saying, well, do we have to change the clocks? And I'm like, well, truthfully, no, we don't. But I'm just going to tell you, the bus is still going to come at whatever time it's going to come. So anyhow, it was quite fun trying to explain that. But go out, know your worth. Do not let people try and alter your perception of who you are and what your worth is today. Be strong. Be strong. I know it's not easy. I know we shake. I know we tumble. Good morning, Miss Tanya, man. I know there are days that we feel weak. We feel broken. We feel lost. I don't even know. Well, just as a hint, Uruguay said it was an abomination to God to create daylight savings time. Okay, Uruguay didn't say that. I said that when I was living in Uruguay. But anyhow, I understand what it's like. We're all broken. We're all trying to figure this out. It's a big fumbly mumbly mess. But one of the tools you can do to just keep a little peace of mind and sanity is know your worth. It is not the value in the marketplace that other people want to place on you. It is who you are perfectly and divinely created to be. Your worth is full and abundant and perfect and priceless. So live today that way, all right? Well, I appreciate you guys joining me for Success Life Live. We do this every weekday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern. You got a couple of responsibilities when we pack it up and roll it together. As you share it out, you make a comment. You don't sit on the sidelines if you're watching live or replay, because this is your life and you got to get intentional. You got to get fully engaged. You got to be part of this. And that doesn't happen by just clicking the play and not talking into it, all right? So I want you to live your life intentionally. I want you to live life fully engaged. I want you to commit to your life and your success because it is yours and you are worthy of it, my friends. You are worthy of it. As a side note, if you did not get to see Fun Friend Friday, and I apologize, it's a long Fun Friend Friday. It's almost like a Friday, Saturday swing. It was so big and so long. Chunk it up, watch it. There were some tears shed in the middle of that one. I don't know what came over the moment. Not even going to try and figure it out. But anyhow, if you didn't get a chance to check it out, do, because it was good. And I don't say that from the host perspective, but the guest really brought some insight into living a dream that took 20 years. And in the comments, I heard somebody make an expression, which, by the way, I'm borrowing, stealing, keeping, or whatever. You are kissing a dream. I thought, oh, I love that. I love that expression. That when we finally step into that moment, they said, it's kissing your dream. I thought, oh, I like that. I like that. So anyhow, 20 years to experience a handshake. Can you imagine? I mean, I can now, thanks to that, but taking 20 years to have a handshake. And some of us are already trying to figure out how to get out of today. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys. I will see you again tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern. Until then, go out and live your life with success. It is yours, and you are fully worthy of it. Bye-bye, my friends.